Be me. January 2010. Few days after New York, parents went to friends in a neighboring village. The older brother remained in charge, but that night, he went to a party. At that time, our elder brother's bride was visiting us. I used to sleep on the second floor in my room, but in those days, I slept on the first floor in the living room, in front of the TV. The older brother's bride slept across the room. Around 3 a.m. After watching TV, I decided to fall asleep. But before that, I started to hear noises from the second floor. Someone is walking. It is impossible to enter the second floor from outside without breaking windows. From inside, only a staircase leads to the second floor, which is located next to the hall. Meanwhile, the sounds of footsteps above have accelerated. The older brother's bride asked me in a frightened voice, "Can you hear that?" I replied that I hear it too. Footstep sounds have stopped. Then the sound of a door handle began to be heard. Someone or something slowly opened the door on the second floor. Then it calmed down for a couple of seconds, then again began to twist the door handle. After several such quiet and slow actions, someone started repeating it much louder and faster. The bride whispered that she was scared and that I should do something. But I also laid in fear and was afraid to move. Then noises of the door handle stopped. Footsteps were heard again. Then suddenly someone started to loudly smash the door. All this was repeated few seconds, then suddenly it became quiet. Nobody wanted to get up and go check what was happening upstairs. Big brother returned soon after. We told him what happened. He checked the second floor and found nothing. His version was that it was the spirit of the house. The spirit of the house began to do this because we did not contact him and did not introduce him to the bride. After that, we lit a fire in a hearth, fed the spirit, and explained the situation to him. There was no more noise in the house. Be me. Be in the kindergarten, don't know what age I was that time though. It is summer, I was wearing sandals that day. We are going on a walk. The kindergarten is located on the hill. Spoiler lit. Pic RELATED. Spoiler lit. The weather was incredibly hot that day. My friends were playing under the trees in shadows, so they couldn't look at the sky. I remember that I was standing by the fence under the burning sun and looking right on the road. Also, I remember a truck passing by. Because I have good imagination, I was thinking about some kid stuff like what if the earth was split into little islands with just bottomless pits between them, and how would we live if such stuff happened? I hope you get what I mean. I thought that this could happen in any minute, and I wished to not get separated from my family. I calm myself, Beck says it is just my imagination. Then I decide to look at the sky. I turn my back to the fence and put elbows on it. I was in the baddest pose of cowboy. In a Western movie, putting elbows on the bar counter and ordering a drink. I look at the sky and I see it. Gray saucer spinning in the air. It wasn't moving, just spinning. There is also something like a cap on the top. This thing was huge and really high in the sky. After around 3 seconds of spinning, it flew away in the highest speed imaginable. It didn't accelerate, it just moved away in a straight line really fast. After standing in silence and processing what happened to me, I ran to the mentor and screamed, "I have seen it over and over." I was the happiest kid in the whole world. I was so excited about this, I asked everyone about the UFO. Turned out that I was the only person standing under the sun and looking at the sky. I was excited for the whole day. I will remember these 5 seconds for my whole life. I will tell it to my children and grandchildren. I hope that they will not think that I am a schizo. Thank you, aliens. Trips of truth. Be me few days ago. Meditate and imagine myself flying above Earth. Other light being greets my while flying past. Just hanging out with my spirit guide, observing scenarios playing out around the world. Mainly how demons are tormenting people. Want to rid people of their demons. No and on, they have to do it by themselves. Okay then. Suddenly some fucking dark figure appears. Taunts me with all the evil it has done to humans. Basically a psychopathic being showing off all the suffering it has done. Get furious and grab it. What will you do now? Beat me? Torture me? Do it anon, become one of us. Don't know what to do. Spirit guide just grabs this being and pushes it into the dark water under the void like drowning someone. Doesn't say a thing. Pulls it out again. Dark being is a withering wreck curled up in sheer terror, sobbing in front of me. Doesn't attack me again. Don't go into the dark waters, boys, and never fuck with higher beings in any way. They are all merciful but also fierce when faced with hubris. I can still feel this demon's fear. I spent a good many years as a paramilitary contractor in post-USSR. Name a conflict in the 80s-90s, and I was likely involved. My PTSD is severe, although enough time has passed that I can navigate my way through life, but some of the things I witnessed are burned into my brain. I'd like to share a story with you. Be me, 29 yo. Attached to force reconnaissance battalions for a long time. This experience landed me near Dagestan. Spent a few days subsiding on cheap coffee, leeks, cheese, and almost no sleep. I was shown around an encampment near the Terek that changed my life forever. The tour started leading through a series of tents. Handed a gas mask. Inside were young men and children strapped to stakes in the ground up to the rise in the tents. 3 or 4 to a stake, of which there were maybe 8 stakes in total. Above their heads were these canisters that looked like lanterns. Lanterns were leaking some sort of chemical miasma that poured down over their faces. They appeared to be suffocating. Outside around back of this site was a middle-aged man tied to a post who was barely alive. His eyes jutted back and forth to each of his captors, pleading with his eyes. The man I was with who showed me the children stopped at the post and introduced me to another man and his friend. I hesitatingly shook his hand before the other man whipped out something like a hedge trimmer and began carving the man on the post like a turkey. The man didn't scream, and he also didn't bleed. Parts of his body came off clean, white and yellow, like crumbly cheese. I saw many other things. I have nightmares that won't go away. I have been to therapy, but I'm looking for help elsewhere. I feel like this is more than PTSD, it's like a curse. I need to be cleansed if possible. How can I do this? Age 20. Gender male. Feeling during dream, honestly nothing. I don't feel much as a rule though. Lucid, yes or no? Nope. Vision, yes or no? Nope. Sleep paralysis, yes or no? Nope. Third or ego person? Ego. Type A dream itself. Be me. Hanging out with cousin. Talking about regular shit, it gets vague. Suddenly cousin is like, hey Anon, this girl we both know loves you. Then we return to discussing our regular shit and the dream fades. That's it. My brain's wishful thinking and projecting, I assume? Be me. No more than 3. Fall asleep to my glowing snow globe that plays Beatles songs. My soul lifts above my body and exists the roof of my home. Fun times ahead. WAV. Street lights and car lights zip past me at lightning speed. I suddenly see skylines of cities I've never seen before. Followed up with the Eiffel Tower and the pyramids of Giza. Everything gets blurry. More streetlights and bright stars. I'm home. Third-person perspective of a heavenly light bringing my soul back to my bed. It's depicted as a Charmander for some reason. I like Squirtle. I shoot upright in bed in a cold sweat. I wanna go again. This time Bhutan please. Be me in a dream in my bedroom. Listening to a Tupac song. Enjoying the song. Suddenly start hearing weird shit in the song. The beat and melody are the same. But the voice of Tupac is being replaced by a grainy-sounding demon voice. The voice was distorted, and I could focus harder on it, and it would get a little clearer. It said, be my friend Christian, be my friend Hare Krishna. Start feeling an evil presence. Look up on my phone the song, and what album it's on. Find it, and the name of the album is a bunch of numbers. Don't remember the exact numbers, but they added up to 30. Get spooked and wake up. That bad evil feeling is worse now and much scarier. It goes away in like 10 mins after I calm down. Some kind of fucked up dream always happens to me every single time I go to sleep without praying. It's demons Dezu. I can write out some more dreams on nights I forget to pray if readers want. Coworker talking bitching about running out of smokes all day. Earl. Be me in a dream. Driving down a familiar road to the store to get smokes. Store closed and completely empty. Continue down road to another store. My coworker and his wife are running a pawn shop like they used to. Earl. Ask if they have smokes, they don't. My car is gone. Coworker gives me a trash can with wheels to drive. Riding down the road in a trash can like it's a Segway, get lucid. Riding is fun as fuck. Decide to try the hand behind the back object manifestation trick. Put hand behind back and sure as fuck. Plop. Someone puts an open pudding cup with a spoon in my hand. Be me in a dream, riding down the road in a trash can eating a delicious pudding cup having a fucking blast. Get distracted by a beautiful mountain vista. Wake up. I fucking love dreaming so much bros, I only wish I had more than 1 or 2 lucids a month. Be me just now. Taking the trash out back. Cloudy, nighttime. Look up at the moon can't see its light through the clouds between the empty tree branches. Suddenly see giant black wing thing fly in front of the moon. Huge bird or bat something. Thick tree branch blocks my view of its flight path. Wait for its silhouette to emerge on the other side. It doesn't. Wait a little long scanning the sky at treetop for it. No sign of it. Getting really uncomfortable standing in the unlit backyard. Decide to go inside. Does anyone have any explanation for what that might have been? I'm scared to go back out.